I guess. Yeah, we're starting this a little bit different. Thank you for joining us. This is Salem's Ministry of the Occult, and today we're going to be going over Spirit Witch, Hedge Witch, and Dream Witch. I am your host, Sarah, and this is your other host.
I'm Haley.
And we are here to bring you all the good information.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, please.
Comment.
Yes,
really
please comment.
No, we want to talk with you guys.
Facts.
It may not seem like it sometimes, but we do.
I know I'm antisocial, but I'm not that antisocial.
I'm great in writing. I may not be great in person, but I'll reply.
I'm funny.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not so funny right now.
I mean, I don't know, trauma makes us funnier,
But, yeah.
in my opinion. Yeah.
Alright, so to start us off, oh, we just talked about my dead uncle, and now we're going to talk about spirit witches.
I mean, maybe he'll come visit you.
Oh my gosh. You know, I did tell him, so he was an entomologist out in California for a really long time.
Okay.
I told him, I was like, hey, so I know you made it to the other side. Send me a slug. So, I'm gonna be on the lookout for some slugs.
Okay.
You better send me one.
Well, you'll need to tell us if he does.
Will do.
Which reminds me. So I know we haven't put these TikToks up yet, but I wanted to tell you guys, because by the time this episode comes out, these TikToks should be up. So we did some TikToks about, one was about money jars, and the other one was about self-love jars, which are like spell jars. And we did these, and the next day I got an email from a school that I was going to school at, and I lost my federal aid because I was a lazy ass and I didn't do my schoolwork, and I got basically kicked out. I mean, the school was like, you can still go, but you're going to have to pay out of pocket. I was like, in this economy? No.
Absolutely not.
So they sent me a bill because I finished 2 of my classes before I dropped out, technically. And it's like $900, right? So I went on like Thursday. My mom messaged the whole family, and she was like, hey, we're going to go to Tunica, and we're going to go to bingo on our way home. I was like, I really don't have the money to make this a whole weekend thing. Like, we can do one or the other kind of thing. And she was like, all right, Tunica's 3 hours away. It's kind of last minute. We'll do bingo because it's 30 minutes from here. We do bingo. I win the grand prize, which is a 100-inch TV and a Bose sound bar. And right now my parents are like measuring their wall in their house to see if they can fit it in their room, in their living room, and if they can, then they're gonna buy it off of me, so I can pay this off. So I mean, I just wanted to show you guys, like, it works. It works so bad, because like I didn't know that any of this was coming. I didn't know that I was gonna get that email or like win anything at bingo. Like,
you know what? Maybe my uncle is gonna leave me some.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to do a slight PSA, because we didn't do this in our self-love jar episode. But it is February, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I do know that this can be a bit of a hard time for people. And I think that doing some sort of a self-love ritual would really benefit for a lot of people. And I know some people are probably thinking, because there is the saying, you can't love others if you don't love yourself. And I do not believe in that. My thing is not, because I do not, you know me, I don't have a lot of self-love, but I love other people. Like, my people, I love them with my whole heart. Like, I will die for these bitches. But I think that's the thing, is if you don't love yourself and you love someone else, you will put everything you have into those other people because you feel they're deserving of it, whereas you feel like you're not. So it has nothing to do with your ability to love other people, but if you do not love yourself, you're going to get yourself into some sticky situations with people who will probably take advantage of you. So focus on yourself this year. Like, do stuff for yourself. Remember who you are. Be confident in yourself. Love yourself.
Accept yourself.
Accept yourself.
Love yourself.
Yeah. And anybody that doesn't love and accept you for who you are, tell them to fuck off.
Facts.
They don't deserve you.
Although I did the same jars, and
They just haven't kicked in yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, my situationship, I guess, asks for space.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that before. Yeah, they asked for a bit of space because they're going through it, and I was like, that's fair.
Well, maybe that is something, because I don't remember what intentions you put in with your self-love card. Because there was a lot of protection stuff, so maybe it just wasn't meant to work out.
I don't know, but they still want
To be friends.
yes, and they still want to see if things will work out in the future, but
Which is valid, and honestly, either way, if it wasn't meant to work out, or if it's just something that they're needing to work on themselves, that is
also kind of crazy that I got that letter yesterday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't know what's going on with that, Risky, but I think it kind of works in, because
it's making me show myself that I do have my self-love and that I have my self-respect.
yeah,
Because
and it's protecting you from unnecessary hardships related to relationships. Because if it's not meant to work and you guys keep going, and I don't mean not meant to work in you guys just aren't compatible, but in just you're both not in the right headspace right now, then it's going to cause a lot of issues and a lot of hard.
alright, now on to spirit witches.
Yes.
Woo woo! A spiritual witch is an individual who practices their craft focused towards spiritual connection. We love spirituality. And I mean that in all seriousness. I know I don't sound very serious whenever I say that because I but we do. We love it. I take a lot from spiritual witchcraft.
You do.
I do. I just love it.
It's so cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Often they utilize energy, intention, natural elements, and holistic knowledge. Common practices are rituals, meditation, nature walks, personal empowerment, nature's wisdom, energy healing, divination tools, interconnectedness, holistic well-being, and intentional living. The guiding force for this practitioner is intuition. That's literally their main focus. This means that they must trust themselves very much to follow this path. So if you have a lot of self-doubt, it's not going to be as poignant, I guess is the word I would be looking for. And it's just, you're going to struggle a lot. Because you have to be able to trust your intuition and your gut feeling. How to improve your intuition is to meditate, journal, connect with nature, any type of divination, whether that's tarot or runes, pendulum, and practice mindfulness. A lot of people honestly say before you go into working with spirit, you should definitely look into shadow work.
I was about to say.
Yep. Shadow work. I know we say that about a lot of things, but this one most is the most connected with it.
I think I've seen a lot of practicing witches on TikTok and stuff who they advocate very strongly for it because
it improves your practice in all ways.
It does. Yeah. And I think it improves your life too, just in general.
Yes, it really helps with your mental health and just your understanding, and honestly it improves your self-love. And yeah, that's gonna be a big theme with us, I guess.
Yes.
So the biggest focus with spirit witches is focusing on healing and growth inwardly and outwardly. Things you probably need to learn about if you're interested in taking this route is going to be meditation styles. This will help you connect better. Touch grass.
Go outside.
Touch some grass. Get some vitamin D.
From the sun, people. From the sun.
Remember to be kind to yourself. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's something I definitely am having to work on with myself currently with everything that I've got going on.
Yeah, and same. Like, I don't have a lot going on, like, presently, but I just have a lot of trauma that I never really worked through, and it did a lot more damage on my psyche than I ever really gave it credit for. And I'm working through it now, and it's not an easy process. Okay, the last time I went to therapy, I was like, I sat down on the couch and she was like, "How have you been?" And I said, "Meh." And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I have literally no reason to feel this way, but I am just so fucking done with life, and I can't tell you why.
You know why? Because you're an empath,
Yeah.
and I'm over here getting kicked every 5 seconds. So you're around me, and you're like, "Whoa,
Yeah. I don't know.
darkness,
Hello, darkness,
my old friend."
But yeah, she
She's
spent
going
like the
to
whole.
sit with me again and again and again and again.
Us in a nut house. Just singing that through the walls. They're like, oh, they're awake again. Someone gets ketamine.
Somebody sedate at least one of them.
Somebody sedate me.
Alright, Christina. Alright, so you're going to be talking about hedge witches, right?
Yes. Yes, I am. Mine's going to be really short because we basically already covered hedge witches. And we just didn't know it because we thought this was something completely different than what it is. So, I went with just a little bit of background. So, the term hedge witch is believed to be a homage to witches in the past. Think like medieval, everyone lives in a village kind of past. Many witches in bygone eras lived on the outskirts of villages, typically behind hedgerows. This hedgerow symbolized a vast divide between village folk and the outcast. On one side of this hedge, there was the village, there was normalcy, there was just mundane, everyday life. And on the other side, there was the unknown, wild, untamable aspects of the world, of the mystical and the magical, and they had no idea what was going on over there. That's typically where you had your witches. It was on the other side of this hedgerow, so they became known as hedge witches. Now, more commonly, in today's society, we would probably refer to a hedge witch as a kitchen or a cottage witch, which is why I don't really have a whole lot more information for you because we've already gone over kitchen and cottage witches. But in the past, they technically would have been seen as like apothecaries.
We did both go over one of those.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because I went over kitchen, you went over cottage.
Yeah.
How cute.
They typically practice. Their practice is typically solitary. And they would have been seen as apothecaries. This is because they spent
Apothecaries, you say.
apothecaries.
Oh,
Yes.
I love an apothecary.
I know you do.
Fuck you, apothecary.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm really excited about apothecaries. Herbalism. Oh my god. Tinctures. Oh.
You would have been a head witch. At least partially a head witch.
I'm telling you, hedge witches, a mess in my pants.
Hey, I really like the name. I have,
Facts.
yeah, I have all the time, but I never, I don't know, I never really figured them in with kitchen and cottage.
Yeah, I was like, hedge sounds like edgy. So it's
Yeah.
like, obviously they're gonna be in a completely different category and kind of
Yeah.
mysterious and dark and twisty. And it's like,
It's just a play on the plants that they had growing
It's-
outside their home.
it's quite literally just some grandma in the woods.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Grandma, my tooth hurts. Okay, kid, just chew on this garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. They spent a lot of their time healing others, foraging for herbs, practicing herbal remedies, and the like. These witches followed more of a green witchcraft, and I think that they could also technically be classified in with ancestral magic, and that's just because a lot of their knowledge, rituals, and general practice were passed down from older family members or mentors, because you do have people that come into the practice and they didn't really have family members that did it too. Which I think I had witches in my family. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
Honestly, my mama got a nose. She got that witch nose. She broke it playing basketball, or not basketball, football with her brothers. And ever since, she had like the little witch hump in her nose, you know? So I'm telling you, my mama's got a witch nose.
Well, my grandmother swears up and down, and this is pretty common in the South, but she swears up and down that we have Native American in our ancestry. And
Very, very common in the South.
it is very common, but there are a few things that like have added up to kind of be like, you probably do. One is really just like our cheekbones. We have really high cheekbones, which is Native American. Not a definitive factor, but it's there, okay?
It is majority of a trait found amongst Native American tribes.
Yes. And the other thing is my sister actually like went to a psychic who did like ancestral readings. That was like her thing. And she sat down and she was like, I'm sensing what is referred to as the mothers. And this is a Native American thing. Because in Native American society, they are a maternal society. So for them, they believe that the women in your family watch over you, and they're called the mothers. So these women, like these maternal ancestors, spirits that follow you around, they protect you when you're a child from all of the like bad spirits and things like that, because you should be more attuned to things. And they can be anyone in your family line. And she told us the names of them. We had 3. One is Rose, one was Jumba, and the other one was this one's the hardest one to remember. But it was something weird. Like we were with the book. But the Rose one, she said it, and we were like, Grandma Ruby. Because my grandmother was raised by her grandmother. So this is my great-great-grandmother, and her name was Ruby. And I don't know why, but when she's mentioned, roses always come to mind. So she said roses, and we were both like, that's Grandma Ruby. Like, she's watching over us.
Oh.
But she just randomly, she was like, yeah, they're watching over your daughter now. And we were like, what? And they're like, yeah, they're telling me that your daughter she's safe. She's okay. Because we were worried, because Sissy has a lot of like abilities and things, and we were like, she's gonna be more susceptible to, negative, evil energies. And she was like, don't worry, they're gonna be with her while she's at the ages where she's susceptible, and they're gonna protect her.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, but she was like, typically you only see this with people who have Native American descent, like ancestry. So I was like, I guess Grandma's right.
Well, shit, Grandma.
But like we haven't actually like found any proof that we are descended from Native Americans.
Wish I could ask my grandma.
Damn.
Okay. Hold up, let me go grab the Ouija board right fast.
I mean, hey.
Yo, Grandma.
Because the thing is my mom has done the 23andMe thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Native Americans don't do DNA testing. They do not their tribes just haven't. They're like, we don't want our DNA in a database. Like, we don't want that.
Yes, but the mindset behind that is that the lineage had to have interacted with white, like entanglement at some point. So there should be a record of like when that split happened, essentially, and then they can kind of track back to like who married who, wedding licenses, and so forth.
Well, yes, but the reason it's so common in the South, like everyone has a story that some great-grandfather fell in love with a Native American woman and married her so she could escape the Trail of Tears. There was quite a few people who they did that with the intent to save that person from the Trail of Tears, but not because they loved them or because they married them, because they had kids with them. So there's literally no way to know through like legal means if you actually have ancestral ties to Native American, except for through DNA. and they don't do the DNA testing. So there is not a database with Native American DNA in it in
Fair.
order to test your DNA against it. So you're literally not gonna know. Which, you know what? It's fine. I don't think I have enough Native American in me to be like, yes.
Let me get a scholarship and everything about this.
Right. I'm a Navajo. Like, I'm not gonna walk up on a Navajo reservation and be like, hey, fam! Like, no.
Oh no.
Like, no. I'm so far removed from that. Like, even if I didn't have the DNA and it's part of my ancestry, it's not necessarily part of my culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that all you had on Hedge Witches?
I have 2 minutes. Okay, so hedge witches often hold a focus on the hearth and home, like modern cottage and kitchen witches. They spend a lot of their time working on herbal magic, medicine, and aromatherapy.
Ooh.
Ways that you can practice. We've already, gone over like cottage and kitchen witches. So if you want to go back and look at that, I didn't really reiterate things from that video.
Let me see. That would probably be
4th episode. I can look at it.
It's gonna be not the last video, but the video before that.
So 5th.
Sounds right.
Okay, and I can
What
look
number are
for
we on?
This will be 7th episode.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, and I
So
can
it
look
would be
for
fifth.
sure because I have my notes labeled for that episode. So ways that you can practice. You can look at more mundane tasks through a spiritual aspect. So this would be like, if you're sweeping, think of it as sweeping away bad or negative energy. If you're dusting or wiping something down, it's the same concept. Like,
What?
yeah, give everything you do an intention. Make it intentional. Make it part of your practice and your routine. Same with cooking. Cook with intention. Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
I thought you had a comment, so
I did, and it
disappeared, or it's not appropriate.
Brother, I'm not here.
No, that's great.
I'm on another planet.
I really liked this one. This tip says to speak to your home. So, if you're getting home for the day, say hi, greet it. If you're leaving, tell it goodbye.
I do that.
Yeah, like, talk to your home. And, I mean, you don't necessarily have to think of it as talking to your home, but, like, talk out loud more.
I've accounted my home to Charles.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I talk to Charles, I'm talking to my home.
Yeah.
Because Charles was a cool dude, and this was his house. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, Charles.
And it helps.
Charlie.
It helps you, like, charge your home with positive energy, with protection. Because, I mean, that's where your practice is taking place. Your home is your sacred space. So, talk to it. Give it animation. Like, treat it like an old friend. Because that's what it is.
It's a little easier for me because Charles was kind of an old friend.
Yeah.
He literally watched me grow up. Like, he watched me and Grace run around the neighborhood
Right.
our whole lives. And then not only that, but at the restaurant I worked at, Charles always sat in my section. Like, he would literally wait until a table in my section opened up. And it was always so sweet. Love that man.
And that kind of goes into the other thing that I saw. It was familiarize yourself with the spirits around you. So whether in your home, on your land, or just near where you live in general. Like, familiarize yourself with the ghosts or spirits that you see or have some sort of association with every day. Get into the habit of speaking with them.
I see dead people.
Yeah. They will guide you in your path, in your life. If they're on, your property or in your home, be nice to them because their presence is going to impact how your home feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then be knowledgeable in regard to the flora and fauna native to you. This is,
For safety reasons.
that, and it's kind of necessary because they are very herbal. They like herbal. They like herbal remedies and just herbs and spices and things like that. And some people don't have a green thumb, or they just don't have a garden up and running yet. So it's vital to kind of know what grows around you.
Foraging.
And I got that information from
This dude.
learnreligions.com. And I think I saw where they have things for other, there's East Asian, Arabic, Middle Eastern, Indian, other beliefs and religions. So I think it would be a good learning resource, even outside of witchcraft and Wiccan. And I thought that was really cool.
I like it.
And let me see. Before I forget, I'm gonna make sure. Yes, Cottage and Kitchen were on the Witchcraft Types series, episode 5, if you would like to go back and look at that. And I am done with Hedge Witches.
So now you guys are stuck with me for the rest of the video. Oh.
Stuck with you.
So, next on the itinerary, I guess, I'm going to be going over dream witches, which dream magic is so interesting. I love learning about dream magic, especially because I have some weird dreams. I've told you about some of them.
Yeah, I've told you about some of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dream magic is just super cool.
It's very trippy.
Yes.
And scary.
Honestly, if you wake up at random times in the middle of the night and you still remember your dream, jot it down. I don't care if you do it in your phone notes, in a notebook, write it down.
Bruh, I had a weird dream the other day. The day that you messaged me about your fever dream, I had a weird dream that night too.
Do you remember what my fever dream is?
Kind of.
I don't.
I have the message, so.
Okay,
we can
cool.
go back over it. Remind me, because it was long, so we can go over it after this. But I meant to tell you, and you told me about that, and I was just like, I don't think this beats that, but okay. So I kept it to myself.
Yeah, I had that fever dream whenever I was I had strep earlier this week. It's probably why my voice sounds the way it does. And I had just taken a crap ton of NyQuil because I was like, I just want to sleep. This is all I want. My throat hurts. I'm dying.
Let me die.
That was so pitiful.
I think it's valid.
I was trying to go see the Hat Man.
Oh my god.
But dream magic is often used in tales and more as prophecy to influence others' dreams or mind, contacting or traveling to other planes. Examples would be the spirit realm or just kind of flipping through dimensions a little bit, which is really cool.
Astral projecting.
No. Lucid dreaming? Yeah. I love lucid dreaming.
I don't know. It's so trippy.
It is, and it can go wrong very, very fast. You have to be very careful with it.
Yeah. And sometimes it happens accidentally.
Also, fun fact, you can send dreams to others or influence their dreams by making it a romantic dream or even sending nightmares to enemies. So just standing over their bed being like, nightmare, nightmare! That's not what you're gonna do. I'm not gonna tell you how to send dreams to people because I don't want that to be abused. If you want to figure that out, you gotta do it on your own time. Because that's honestly...
That's so far.
It is. You can literally be like, oh yes, you're gonna fall in love with me in your dream.
I mean, that
person just wakes up puking. Like, lucid dreaming is an important part of this practice. Do your research, as this can be very dangerous for you and any individuals involved. That means if you're astral projecting into like someone else's dream, it can get a little hinky. So definitely know what you're doing. Lucid dreaming can also help you with shadow work. As you have stronger access to your subconscious. Dream Witch's main focus is self-discovery, spiritual connections, and manifestation. I know you're asking, how do I start being a dream witch? Well, bitch, I'm gonna tell you, so sit down and shut the fuck up.
Jesus Christ, you're so aggressive.
Always. So, the way you start, create a perfect sleep space that is relaxing and clutter-free.
Yeah, couldn't be me.
Right. Make a dream journal. Start looking for patterns, familiar places, people, animals. Before you go to bed, set clear intentions of what you're wanting to see in your dreams. That is very important, because if you're trying to lucid dream or trying to use your dreams in any way at all.
You can set intentions for what you want to see?
Yeah. You don't do that?
Well, I don't try to lucid dream. I haven't wanted to. It's just happened.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how it's happened, but it has. And it happens quite frequently.
Whenever I need, like...
I'm just like, if I ignore it long enough, it'll stop
my
happening.
gosh. Whenever I need specific answers on stuff, I will literally be like, alright, this is my question. Tell me what I need to do. Like, what is my subconscious need to tell me at this moment? And I'll go to sleep, and whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I know what I have to do.
No, I started lucid dreaming when I started Alexa.
Wild.
I would do it sometimes when I was younger, like every once in a while. If I remembered a dream, it was because I was lucid dreaming through it. And then I started taking Alexa, and I started remembering more of my dreams. So I've been lucid dreaming more often.
Jesus.
It's a trip. If you don't take Alexa now, and you are planning to, be ready for some wild ass dreams.
I love that. They actually said that Alexa would probably not be a good fit for me because of how my mind works and everything, and I was like, cool.
What does that mean?
Dude, I don't know. They're just like, yeah, I don't see Alexa being a good fit for you, especially since you had such a huge issue with Lexapro. Because Lexapro is like the newer, improved version of Alexa.
Yeah, they're sister pills.
Yeah. Sister pills! Hi, sisters!
Oh my gosh!
Okay, sorry. So learn about dream symbolism, or see if it's a specific, like, personal meaning whenever you're looking into your dreams. Some practitioners put crystals or spell sachets under their pillows or bed to help influence their dreams. I have done this. It does help.
Okay.
Especially, like, if I'm planning on lucid dreaming, I will definitely try and put lavender somewhere around me or something in a quartz, because I'm like, protect me.
Protect me.
I'm scared. I'm scared. But you can't go into it scared. You have to be fully confident in yourself, and you really have to know your intentions if you're going to, like, on purpose lucid dream, because it can go very bad very fast. Tools that can help: dream enhancement, herbs, mugwort, lavender, and chamomile, especially in, like, teas. Drink a nice warm tea with some honey before you go to bed. Soundscapes: you can use nature sounds, ambient noise, guided meditations, white noise. I like to go onto YouTube and just find, like, different, like, 333 frequency, or, like, so on and so forth, just different frequency music, and that is how I, like, slip into my dreams.
I've had a few of those. Cause there was a while where I was like, I had to listen to ASMR stuff to go to sleep.
I cannot do ASMR. It digs at my anxiety and just...
I have to find the perfect one. Because there's one where she, like, you don't see her face, it's just her hands, and she does shit. She does it so fast. So she'll do one, and I'm like, okay, that one tickles a spot in my brain, and she moves on so quickly to something that grates my brain, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this.
That's fair. And actually, after the soundscapes, that's all I have. So good luck and happy dreaming.
Yes.
Please don't send nightmares to anyone, because that's just...
I can go ahead and tell you, I have enough of them just on my own. You don't have to send them to me. I promise.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, I think that's all we've got for you today.
Thank you for joining us, and as always, our brains are yours to pick.